I wanted to do a kind of a get ready to chat with me, but I wanted to focus in on your higher self journey, basically. So I wanted to focus in on your higher self journey. And I wanted to hone in and niche in on a certain topic. And so I'm going to pull up my notes. Okay, so I basically put out a poll on my Facebook group. And if you're watching this on the Facebook group, then you already know. So on the Facebook group, I basically did a poll about, what are some things that you guys struggle with when it comes to anything dealing with your higher self journey. And I had a few topics on there from you guys to choose from, or you could, choose your own. And so one of the ones that I'm going to talk about today is how to organize your higher self journey. So when it comes to organizing your higher self journey, it's really, at first I thought it was hard, but it's really not. So let's just get started. So the first thing you want to do when it comes to organizing your higher self journey, so first you need to find out what it is that you need help with. So everyone has a different higher self journey. So everyone's higher self journey is going to look different from someone else's. So for example, with my higher self journey, I wanted to focus on like spiritual growth. I wanted to focus on prioritizing more self-care, like within myself when it comes to, whether it's clothes, products, my skin, things like my nails or lashes, stuff like that. So one of my focuses was my mental health. So dealing with anxiety, depression, like boosting my self-confidence, showing myself self-love, things with self-doubt, things like that. So those are some of the things I wanted to focus on. Now, of course, when you hear this, you're like, oh my gosh, like that's a lot of stuff, right? But so that's how I felt. I was like, this is a lot of stuff that I'm trying to work on. Like it's going to be all over the place, but organizing it, I actually went to ChatGPT. And I already knew how I was going to organize some stuff, but I still needed some help, right? So I'm like, okay, let me just go to ChatGPT and, try to organize some of this. So I told ChatGPT everything I was working on, how I wanted it organized and how I needed it organized. And I'm going to tell you how it did that for me. So first, you want to take one thing out of each space that you are trying to focus on. So one thing with my spirituality, one thing with my skin, one thing with my my weight, or one thing with my self-care. So I would take one thing, right? And then I organize those out, and then I listed ways how I could implement those things. So for example, for self-care, I was like, okay, what are some things of self-care that I want to do or that I want to try? And if you don't know any, you can easily research this or look it up on ChatGPT or anything like that. So I wanted to start incorporating massages. And when it comes to your higher self journey, you have to have a reason of why you want to incorporate these things in your higher self journey. Don't just like list out stuff like, oh, I want to do this and that because it's fancy. Like it's a reason you want to do it. You know what I mean? Like, and so you just have to figure out that reason. You have to hone in and figure out that reason why you want to do it. And so for me, I wanted to incorporate massages because I suffer from anxiety and I suffer from back pain. Like it's higher back pain that I suffer from. Anxiety, and like I never know how to relax. And so of course, massages can help with that. And so I was like, you know what? I want to start incorporating massages. Now, I need to know how much I'm going to incorporate this. At first I didn't know if I was going to incorporate it every month, like once a month. I didn't know if I was going to incorporate it, every quarterly. I didn't have that part down yet, and which is okay if you don't. So, okay, so I'm going to do massages, but since I knew massages weren't the only thing I wanted to incorporate with self-care, and I'm also budgeting. I was like, well, I'm not going to do it every month. I was like, I may want to try to do it every other month or every 3 months, right? So, and I wanted to also have it on my calendar. So I scheduled it around my calendar, around my bills and everything like that. So then that way I can prioritize, hey, this is the time where I have my massage, where I can relax, where I can reset, things like that. So bam, I have a self-care item out the way. I'm not gonna pile on a whole bunch of other self-care items. Like first, I wanna just focus in on that. Then, for example, when it comes to weight. So for example, I wanted to organize and start with, my body. So I'm like, okay, with my body, let's talk about weight. Now, weight consists of better eating, working out, routine, consistency, moving your body, things like that. So for me, I wanted to start one thing at a time. So the key thing is one thing at a time, right? Once you master that one thing, like to where you're consistent with it for at least a month, you have it like really, down to when you're going to do it, how you're going to do it. Like that's when you move on to the next thing. But focus on that one thing first. I'm like, okay, you know what? I want to start off with walking, right? I have not been active because I work from home. So I'm like, let me just start off with walking. All the other stuff, yes, I want to do a little bit weightlifting. Yes, I want to do Pilates. Yes, I want to eat better and everything like that. So first, I did walking. Actually, no, that's a lie. I didn't do walking first. I did my eating habits first. I was like, first, let me try to focus in on my eating habits. Let me, get a little better with my eating. And, for me, that is a part of my higher self journey. My higher self looks like someone who cares what they put into their body. My higher self looks like someone who, cares about, making sure they're getting in exercise, they're moving their body. So also when you're doing this, when you're organizing what you're going to start on, and if you are struggling with trying to figure out, well, what can I do? Ask yourself, like, what does your higher self look like? That person, what does it look like? And that's literally what I did. And so at first, I think I started off as I tried vegan. Vegan did not work out for me. So vegan was a no-go for me. It was just a lot to keep up with. That's a whole nother story. And then I was like, okay, let me try also the calorie deficit. So far the calorie deficit is where I'm at. And don't get me wrong, it's still a struggle, but it's still something I'm working on. It's still something I'm dedicated to. And it's a work in progress. And so right now that's where I'm at. Cause for me, I'm not maintaining weight. I'm trying to lose weight. So I wanted to do the calorie deficit, and I also make sure I pay attention, what I'm putting in my body. So of course I stopped snacking so much. And everything like that. I am consuming more water. I am taking like my probiotics, my vitamins, more fiber, things like that. So you want to basically start one thing at a time when it comes to your self-care journey. So that's really all organizing is. And even if you don't want to take one thing out of each area, let's say, for my self-care journey or for my higher self journey, I want to focus on skin first. My skin is crap, or my skin really needs some work, so I want to focus, there. Cool. You focus on your skincare, then. So you can do that. So like basically what you're going to do, start with a routine. Anything that you're doing with your self-care, you're starting with a routine. And I'm so sorry if this video is like everywhere. I was just really excited to get it out to you guys. I didn't like write it down and say what I'm going to talk about, each chapter or anything like that. I just really wanted to get it out to you guys. And so what you're going to start with is setting a routine for your skincare. So let's say, hey, I want to do my skincare in the day and in the night. or I want to just do my skincare once a day. All I have time for is once a day. So you're going to focus on what do you want to help with your skin. Is it moisture? Is it hyperpigmentation? Is it pores? Is it acne? Is it breakout? Is it oily skin? You're going to research the products that you need for these things. So literally just, hey, Google, what are some products that can help me with hyperpigmentation? What are some prevention steps that I can do also to help avoid hyperpigmentation? And you're going to incorporate those products into your skin routine. And whether you're doing it day or night or both, you're going to just start doing that constantly. And once you master that and you're like, okay, you know what? So now I want to do something else. So now that I have my skin routine, I want to focus on also like my body, routine, my skincare on my body. My skin is dry, I got bumps or whatever the case is. And then you're going to do those same steps, for, skincare on your body. I think I'm calling that wrong. I don't even know if that's the correct terminology for it. But so when it comes to, like I said, starting your self-care journey, just make it simple. Start with one thing of each area that you want to work on. It does not have to be hard. Just focus in on the products you want to use, focus in on the routine you want to have, focus in on, how often you want to do it and everything like that. If you want to journal your results or anything to make sure it's working for you. And then if it's not, switch some things around. Switch things around to what works, for you. Now, if you guys actually want me to make a example video on how to do one or all of these things when it comes to organizing, to where you guys want me showing how I'm typing stuff out or organizing it, let me know. I can do that as well. I do have an ebook, and I will have that linked in the bio or below wherever you're watching this. And basically the ebook still also shows you step-by-step things on what you can do to start organizing yourself for your higher self journey. So this is things to do right before you start your higher self journey, because you need to have your life a little bit organized as well to implement your higher self journey. Now, this is not to say you can't start your higher self journey if your life isn't organized, but with my book, it will help you, organize, areas in your life first. And then, now let's implement everything that you're going to work on for your higher self journey. And if you guys like content like this, be sure to follow me. Be sure to like this video. Share it with someone who can benefit from this. Share this video with someone who is also trying to start their higher self journey, or you may think, hey, you need to start your higher self journey. I definitely want to help. That's the whole point of this video, is to help. Thank you again, and hope you guys have a wonderful evening or a wonderful day.